All right, people. So I was saying earlier, I think this was during my Bloody Valentine 3D review slash rant when I was talking about a bunch of birthdays were going on today. And one of those birthdays was John Carpenter, and he is celebrating his 72nd birthday today. So what I was going to do originally, I was going to do a top five John Carpenter movies. But instead of doing that, it dawned on me that I have not done a single commentary. Of all the commentaries I've done, I have not done a single commentary for a Halloween movie. So I figure, what better way to celebrate John Carpenter's birthday than with his breakthrough movie, the original Halloween 1978. Of course, this is second in my list of favorite horror movies. Night of the Living Dead, that'll always go to Night of the Living Dead first, but Halloween is definitely second for a reason, because the movie still scares the shit out of me to this day. So I don't even know why I'm sitting here with all the lights off watching it, but that's probably the best way to watch it. But yeah, man, this movie it broke barriers for a reason, and it is really, this movie really could have been, like, by today's standards, PG-13 or some shit like that, minus the sex scenes and the topless scenes and stuff like that, because there's really not any gore or blood in this movie. It's not any gore, but it's really not a lot of blood seen in this movie. It's really tame, but I think that's one of the things that works in the movie's favor. You know, it leaves a lot to the imagination. But yeah, without further ado, people, let me hit this play button and we'll get it cracking with the Halloween 1978 commentary. Hopefully this thing doesn't kick in too loud, which it didn't. Now this theme, man, I don't care where I hear it, it's still one of the greatest music pieces in cinema history, easily. Actually, this pumpkin is one of the greatest pumpkins in cinema history. Just the slit, I don't know if it was done on purpose, but the slit going from the nose to the mouth, that always stands out for some reason. One thing I didn't do, which I should have done, was like I always am supposed to do for these episodes, I'm supposed to come prepared and bring some notes, but I feel like I know enough about this movie where I can just, like, freestyle it and just kind of wing it. These are a lot of first time roles too. I think Jamie Lee Curtis was 21 when she filmed this movie. Not bad. 21 playing a 17-year-old. I mean, she looked it, for at least back in the day, she looked it. And not only do I want to shout out John Carpenter's birthday, man, but had it not been for John Carpenter, and this for Halloween buffs out there like myself, we wouldn't have had a Halloween 2 and so on and so forth. We wouldn't have the 2018 direct sequel that everybody loves, and we definitely wouldn't have Halloween Kills, which I am thoroughly looking forward to. A lot of people that are in this movie are actually coming back for Halloween Kills. I did an episode on Halloween Kills also. We got, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back. Charles Cyphers is coming back as Brackett. Nancy Stevens is coming back as Nurse Marion. Kyle Richards is coming back as Lindsay Wallace. Unfortunately, Brian Andrews isn't coming back. It would have been nice to see him as Tommy Doyle, but they got Anthony Michael Hall playing Tommy Doyle. Now that chant that they just did, that's actually how I started my Halloween 9 fan script with, you know, originally it was supposed to be a Dimension Films movie. I mean, that's if I pitched it to somebody, because it was under Dimension Films at the time when I started writing it. Well, Halloween, the property, I mean, was under Dimension Films when I started writing it, but I started off with that chant, I think, before the opening theme even comes on. I felt like it'd be a nice nostalgic touch. Michael's a perv. I don't know who gets off on watching their sister make out. It's one of the dopest tracking shots ever, by the way. Tracking shots for the uninitiated. That's when the camera just keeps going. No cuts, no nothing. Of course, there's a cut when Michael puts the mask on. They had to stop rolling, but I guess they synced it enough back then to where it just looks like one continuous shot. But this is genius, man. This takes a lot of work, a lot of strategic work. And also, I wanted to say that in the beginning of this movie, it kind of does make sense that they tried to tie it into Halloween, or they tried to tie this into Halloween 6, because Mrs. Blankenship says she was babysitting Michael Myers across the street. But it's like, how old was Miss Blankenship back then that she just dozed off or just didn't notice that Michael just wandered the fuck off? But one of the things that I was going to put in, it was an idea I had for a Halloween treatment, was that whatever Reverend Jackson Sayre from Halloween 4, played by Carmen Philippi, whatever he was chasing, that damnation he was telling Dr. Loomis about, always pictured that damnation he was chasing passing the evil on to Michael Myers this very night. And when he passes it on to Michael Myers, that's when, this movie starts. I don't know, man. I got a lot of ideas. Got a lot of ideas for Halloween sequels and a prequel. It'll probably come to light one day. That's if Blumhouse. Yo, shout out Blumhouse, man. That's if y'all come to y'all senses and answer my emails, man. Y'all got my beloved Michael Myers now. The only question is, what are y'all gonna do with him once this Halloween trilogy y'all are doing wraps up? You gotta do something new. And I also got a premise, a treatment for a direct sequel to Halloween 4. You could bring Danielle Harris back and Ellie Cornell and Bo Starr, I think, if he's still alive. Tell you, man, I got ideas. There's no way they had sex that fast. The way those cuts sound always disturbed me. And the crazy thing is, this actress that I can't remember her name, but the one that played Judith Myers, she still does conventions to this day. I think I was watching the some type of 40th anniversary thing for Halloween. They had this convention out in California, if I'm not mistaken, and she was there signing autographs. It's dedication to the fans.
Michael?
First of all, Michael Myers looks like a 6-year-old Jim Carrey. And his parents' reaction is just kind of strange. The way that shot played out, I can kind of see why they had a freeze frame moment in the Rob Zombie remake after Michael killed his sister. Because that was almost a freeze frame moment, but they were just staring at him. Now this board meeting scene with Dr. Loomis and these two assholes who don't believe him, this wasn't in the original version. They had to do this for the TV version, I guess to fit a certain type of runtime or something like that. So when they were filming Halloween 2, they filmed additional scenes for this movie for the TV version. This is actually a scene that I wish was in the theatrical cut, but luckily I got the TV version so we can see it and hear it.
Michael Myers must be removed from the sanitarium immediately. I would suggest the maximum security ward at Litchfield.
Dr. Loomis, the decision has been made.
But this is a minimum security institution. The staff isn't adequately prepared.
Prepared for what?
The boy is a catatonic.
And Loomis was trying to tell these motherfuckers, man.
Comatose behavior. No reaction
Where's the lie?
to external stimuli.
Have you read my notes?
Yes, we have, Doctor.
Why were they not presented at the hearing?
The judge requested Dr. Foster's analysis.
I've spent 4 hours a day.
Real rap.
4 hours a day with this boy. Every day. For 6 months. Far longer than any court psychiatrist.
Dr. Loomis.
Michael Myers is the most dangerous patient I have ever observed.
Doctor, there is no diagnosis.
He was, yo, man.
That statement.
That's why this is an important scene. That line,
Now,
he
this
was
Captain
telling them,
Myers
man.
is a conscious act.
And rest in peace, Donald Pleasance, man. It's like every line he delivers in this series is so, it gives you a feeling of we're not worthy, like on some Wayne's World type stuff.
What?
Because originally John Carpenter wanted Christopher Lee to play this role.
I don't know.
And I don't know if it was like a schedule dispute or something like that, but I think we ended up with Donald Pleasance for a reason. I couldn't see anybody else playing Dr. Loomis in this original series.
We can make a special recommendation to the court only if we feel there is a justifiable reason to change the patient's treatment. I can see no reason why he shouldn't remain here. We have adequate facilities for his care.
We've got seat belts and
There is insufficient
cartoons and
security
puzzles
here.
to keep him here.
Please, I am begging you to reconsider your decision.
Dr. Loomis, perhaps you should reconsider keeping him as your patient. We can find someone else to look after him.
I can't figure out who this asshole looks like.
I'll stay with him.
I know the older guy looks like he was an extra in The Thing. He looks like he was going to play
Dr. Loomis.
Blair. He looks like he was going to play Wilford Brimley's character Blair in The Thing, but he lost the role. Check out Loomis, man. The fedora, the corduroy suit jacket with the matching pants, the shoes, and the turtleneck. Hurting him in 78. I mean, technically it was 81 when they shot this, but it was... Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all get the idea. And the scene fits, man. Like, I like when they do reshoots for movies and it integrates into the original film that they were shooting. I don't like reshoots that just look completely out of place, that are obvious. This looks like it goes with the original movie. Michael got them slips on. This is how I look, y'all. Like, the way Michael's staring out this window. This is how I look. Well, my New Year's resolution was to quit smoking bud, and I'm actually doing fairly well. Very well, actually, because New Year's Eve was my last day, and I'm still pushing. But back when I was in my stoner phase, this was me. The way Michael's staring out this window, this was me when I used to stare at DVDs when I was trying to look for something to watch. Like a movie was supposed to pop out at me and just pick itself. Maybe Michael was high all this time. All the drugs they were giving him for 15 years. I wonder if anybody considered that. October 30th, 1978. I would actually, if I did a Halloween movie myself, like a fan film, I would have October 30th, 1978. But I would actually have a logo pop up that says Devil's Night. Or I would think of something different to call it, just to bring like its own type of mythology to the series. Here we got Nancy Stevens, who was kind of a Betty back then, man. She was pretty attractive.
The only thing that ever bothers me is their gibberish. When they start raving on and on.
You haven't anything to worry about.
Funny thing about this scene, man, this was one of my favorite scenes to watch when this movie, I mean, it still is, but when this movie used to come on USA, for some strange reason, I used to love this scene more than others. I don't know what it was. I was a very strange child, y'all.
If you say so.
Compassion's overwhelming, Doctor. What do I give him when we take him in front of the judge?
Thorazine,
Barely be able to sit up.
that's the idea.
Might as well give that little motherfucker a horse tranquilizer. She said he'll barely be able to sit up. That's the idea.
You're serious about it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You mean you actually never want him to get out?
Never.
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 Then why are we taking him up to Hardin County if you're just gonna lock
Because that is the law. Here we are.
One of the creepiest shots in the entire fucking series. They look like ghosts. Like the way these patients are just roaming around outside, they look like ghosts.
Stop here.
Shouldn't we go on up to the hospital and
Wait.
Michael got them Smiths Grove Jordans on. Crazy thing is, he had Nick Castle had a wrench taped to his fucking hand to break that window. But you know, they're actually going to do. I hope they show that in the scene because they had it in like the B-roll behind the scenes footage for Halloween Kills, and Nancy Stevens is in this car, and you see Michael Myers' hand outside the window. So it's going to be a nice callback to this scene. I hope they actually put it in the movie. Because you know how they have a lot of shit in movies where you see it in the trailer or you see them filming it and we don't even get a chance to see it full blown or at all. Haddonfield, Illinois. Now, to my listeners out there, not only do I live in Philadelphia, but I am from uptown. It's a little, I won't say quaint, I won't say small, but the area is called Mount Airy, and every time I step outside and the weather is similar to this here, I always hear this theme, and I always picture the neighborhood to be Haddonfield, because it looks a lot like it. Because I guess this is the quote-unquote suburban part of the hood. Shit still goes down, but it looks a lot like Haddonfield to me.
They're coming by to look at the house at 10:30. Be sure to leave it under the mat.
Jamie Lee. You know what's crazy? That's the only time we've seen her dad. Never her mother. And the only time we've seen her father. They never had a follow-up of what happened to them. Because in part 2, Mrs. Alves, the black nurse, she tells Laurie, she's like, Dr. Mixer said they were at the same party he was at, but they're not there now and they're not at home. It's like, so what did y'all do? Where did y'all go? You didn't hear on the news that Laurie Strode was taken to Haddonfield Memorial? It's just bad parenting, man. Brian Andrews playing Tommy Doyle. I really wish they could have got him to come back in Halloween Kills. But you know, he didn't have an agent and he hadn't been working and stuff like that.
You're not supposed to go up there.
Yes, I am.
That's okay.
Just watch.
Never to go up there. Bonnie Hills gets a haunted house.
See how Michael got that mask hair all curled up on the sides?
Probably won't get out of the 6th grade.
I gotta go. I'll see you tonight.
Bye. I wish I had you all alone. Just the two of us.
I love this shot. So simple, man. It was really nothing. It was nothing super complex about this movie, not even in plot. But it works on every level.
Most of the night to round up the patients. One of them was way over in the Morgantown Road.
John Carpenter said it in,
I don't know.
what was it, The Rise and Fall of the Slasher Film. It's a documentary. It's one of the best horror documentaries I've ever seen. If y'all haven't seen it, please check it out. The Rise and Fall of the Slasher Film. I think it's called Going to Pieces, The Rise and Fall of the Slasher Film. But John Carpenter said, he said, guy in mask stalks babysitters. That's what we set out to make.
With his hands. He came down the hall, breaking through all the doors, pushing all of the patients outside.
What was it you wanted to show me?
Instead of sister that he carved in the door, Michael should have wrote some rap lyrics. I mean, it was 78, so it ain't like we had Jay-Z or anything, but...
No. But I know where he's going.
Or what if it was 78 and he did have Jay-Z lyrics on the door?
Dr. Wynn is waiting to see you, Doctor.
Like, instead of sister, when she revealed the door to Dr. Loomis, it should have said, Michael should have wrote, I had to hustle my back to the wall, ashy knuckles.
Well, he was your patient, doctor, and precautions weren't strong enough. You should have told somebody. I told everybody.
This actor, man, I don't know this guy's name, but he is Dr. Wynn,
Back on that telephone, tell him exactly who walked out
who
here
would
last
be
night.
later played in Halloween 6 by Mitch Ryan. And Dr. Wynn ended up being the man in black that we saw in Halloween 5 and Halloween 6.
Doing very well last night. Maybe someone around here gave him lessons.
His engine should have stalled right there, and he had to call AAA. Dr. Loomis was stressed, man. I don't think people understand the level of stress this guy was under.
But what Samuels is really talking about here is fate.
You see.
You see, fate caught up with several lives.
She's like the female version of that guy from the Visine commercial. For dry eyes, clear eyes. Like, we'll just put your ass to sleep in class. I had a substitute teacher that sounded just like that dude.
The idea is that destiny is a very real, concrete thing every person has to deal with.
I like how she looked around like, does anybody else see this guy across the street?
Lori, answer the question.
Oh, Costain wrote that fate was somehow related only to religion, whereas Samuels felt that, well, fate was like a natural element, like earth, air, fire, and water.
That's right. Samuels
Go ahead, girl.
personified fate.
She wasn't even paying attention and got the answer right. Go ahead, Lori.
Movable, like a mountain. It stands where man passes away. Fate never changes.
It was a very important set of lines from that teacher is pretty reflective on this movie and Halloween H2O in particular. Now here we get these piece of shit kids, Lonnie, Richie, and whoever the other kid is. They're actually bringing Lonnie Elam back for Halloween Kills. I cannot wait. They're bringing him back. He's in a flashback sequence from 78, and he is being played by Robert Longstreet, the adult version. Can't wait to see what they do with his character. Yeah, I would have had a heart attack. Whether I was a kid or an adult and ran into Michael Myers like that, at that speed. Michael's definitely got green, forest green socks on. At least they look like forest green. This is crazy, man. The unexplained, like, I don't mind. I was one of those people. I'm kind of a Halloween purist. I am, but I'm open to exploring things, even though it wasn't intended to really be explored per se. I always wanted to know why Michael followed Tommy. Why Michael set his sights on Laurie. You know, stuff like that. I didn't mind the fact that it was a brother-sister angle revealed in part 2. Because it actually made all of this make more sense. Because my thing was, I don't give a damn what anybody says. There was a reason Michael Myers followed Laurie Strode around all day and all night.
He's on his way.
I feel like that was supposed to be his sister from the rip. But I get it. You know, the people out there, I get it that it was a lot scarier that he just targeted her at random. No relation, no nothing.
If you don't, it's your funeral.
Now here we have Loomis at a payphone in what looks like Gatlin, Nebraska, where he will run into Isaac, Malachi, and the children of the Quorum. And on that train that just passed by, it's a fun fact, that train that just passed by, if you look close enough, you can see Pee Wee Herman and Hobo Jack having a sing-along on there. Come on. Now this Phelps garage truck driver, I always wonder how Michael killed him. Because you can kind of see blood on his chest. But I wonder how he killed him. Because he hadn't robbed the store yet. He hadn't gotten his knives and stuff like that. And it always makes me wonder where Michael get his mask from. I know Sheriff Brackett says when they pull up on him at the store, he's like, all he took was some rope, a Halloween mask, and a couple of knives. But Michael had already had his mask at this point.
As usual, I have nothing to do. It's your own fault.
PJ Souls, I love her. She's the spunky one of the bunch.
Hey, Linda, Lori, why didn't you wait for me? We did. 15 minutes. You told me.
PJ Souls actually does a voice cameo in a Halloween 2018 when Allison, Andy Matichak's character, Laurie's granddaughter, is in class, looking out the window. That's PJ Souls, her voice as a teacher. And this Nancy Loomis playing Annie.
I have a place for that. I forgot my chemistry.
I like Nancy Loomis around this era because she was in this. She came back, of course, she came back as a corpse cameo for Halloween 2. She was in The Fog. She was in Halloween 3. I love how Carpenter and Tommy Lee Wallace kept their... Jesus, that's a creepy shot. Michael tilting his head in the car.
Speed kills.
He's like, bitch, what? Michael's so petty.
God, can you take a joke? You know, Annie, someday you're gonna...
Hence why Michael Myers is the greatest serial killer of all time, because he won't just kill you right away. His scare tactics are so effective.
I hate a guy with a car and no sense of humor.
Well, are we still on for tonight?
I wouldn't want to get you in deep trouble, Linda.
Oh, come on, Anne.
This truly looks like my
I've been
neighborhood.
planning on it all week.
All right. The Wallaces leave at 7. I'm babysitting the Doyles. It's only 3 houses down. We can keep each other company. Oh, terrific. I've got 3 choices. Watch the kids sleep, listen to Linda screw around, or talk to you.
I think Deborah Hill wrote like the girl talk in this movie, and I don't mind it at all, because in order for me to give a fuck about these characters, I have to I have to see how they interact with each other. Which is something you didn't get in a lot of quality slashers per se. You didn't get a lot of like banter, entertaining banter, funny banter back and forth. Even the smart ass comments they have amongst each other.
I don't know yet. I have to get out and take my little brother trick-or-treating.
Treats for Bob.
Funny. See ya.
Bye. Bye.
Scare tactics, man.
Look where?
Michael had it made up in his mind. He's like, listen, I'm going to creep you the fuck out
When you're yelled at.
all day and all night
Separately.
until I decide to murder you. Psychological, man. Psychological warfare.
Hey, creep. Lori, dear. Wants to talk to you. She wants to take you out tonight. He was standing right there. Poor Lori. Scared another one away. It's tragic you never go out. You must have a small fortune stashed from babysitting so much. Guys think I'm too smart. I don't. I think you're wacko. Now you're seeing men behind bushes.
I love Annie.
Home sweet home.
It's hard to
Later.
it's hard to choose between her and Linda, but I just love how Annie just gives Lori shit 24/7, but that's one of her best friends. That's how best friend dynamics work.
Excuse me, Laura.
Charles
I'm
Cyphers.
sorry, Mr. Brackett.
Oh, I didn't mean to startle you.
That's all right.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Nice seeing you, sir.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Well, kiddo.
It is way too goddamn early for those kids to be trick-or-treating. If Lori and them got out of school and walked home, it's no later than 4 o'clock. Don't come to my crib at 4 or 5 o'clock trick-or-treating, because I ain't got nothing for you. Michael also can teleport.
Hello? Hello? Who is this? Hello?
Why'd you hang up on me?
Annie? Was that you?
Of course.
Why didn't you say anything? You scared me to death.
I had my mouth open. Can you hear me?
Thought it was an obscene phone call.
Now you hear me chewing. Sorry.
I already lost it.
Down there. Listen,
Another fun fact, this Raggedy Andy or Raggedy Ann doll that Lori has on the dresser, it took me years to realize the connection between that and the one that's in like the underground tunnels in Halloween Resurrection. And as shitty as that movie is, they do have some small pockets of decent little add-ins. So the Raggedy Ann doll in Halloween Resurrection was definitely a nice callback to this movie. And that hat, like that sombrero looking hat that was on the wall, is also in Halloween 2018.
hurry up. Whoa, shut the door. This guy is following me.
Sure?
I'm sure. I think it's that guy that passed us in the street in that station wagon.
This is another additional scene they shot and put in the TV version.
Station wagon.
Oh, he was parked outside the school today.
But it fits. It looks
Right outside
good.
the window, he was staring at me.
Steve Todd was staring at you.
Somebody was. A while ago, he was in my backyard.
Well, or maybe he just wants a date.
Oh, shut up!
Well, someone could want a date. Little joke.
So what do you want?
Oh, Lori, I totally have nothing to wear tonight. I was kind of hoping.
I mean, this does look a bit lighter,
Blouse that you got on your birthday.
cinematography wise.
I know, but I promise I won't spill anything on it or tear it or rip it or do any of those things. Lori, stop worrying. It was Steve Todd.
PJ Souls has got a set of peepers on her, man. Like her eyes, there's something about her eyes. She gives those same looks that she gave in Carrie. She also was in this B movie. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. I don't even know if they should. It's a B movie called Uncle Sam. It's a slasher.
I can't find
But she was also in that movie.
She wants to borrow something.
You promised.
Hi, Linda's here. She wants to borrow my new blouse.
Linda's a creep. That guy still creeping around your backyard.
Follow Linda over here.
Well, if you see him, just go right up to him and tell him to buzz off. Or if he's cute, ask him out.
Annie, I gotta go. Are you gonna pick me up?
Right after dinner. Hey, how about that ski sweater you got for Christmas?
Bye.
Bye, creep. See ya. Where's the blouse?
It's in my closet. Promise me you won't rip it.
I totally promise.
I totally don't believe you. Wish I had you. Just the two of us.
Why do I feel like they said in one of the interviews or documentaries that they made this song up? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Just the two of us. Close to me.
Yeah, that scene was definitely a lot lighter than the rest of the look of the movie, because you can kind of tell now, because we're back to the rest of the theatrical version. I think that scene, that previous scene, I think that was the last of the additional scenes they shot. Laurie looks so impressed with the neighborhood. At least she did in that one shot. Little did she know.
Just have time.
Judith Myers. Row 18, block 20. Yeah, you know, every town is something like this happen. I remember over in Russellville, old Charlie Bowles, about 15 years ago. One night he finished dinner and he excused himself from the table and he went out to the garage. He got himself a hacksaw. And then he went back into the house and he kissed his wife and his 2 children goodbye. And then he proceeded.
This dude was getting off on that story. He was leading up to something, man. He said that he finished dinner and he went in his garage and then he kissed his wife and his children. Like, he just kept getting intense. Of course, Michael picked up a whole fucking headstone. He came home.
You still spooked? I wasn't spooked. Lie! I wasn't! I saw somebody standing in Mr. Riddle's backyard. Probably Mr. Riddle was watching me. Mr. Riddle was watching you? Lori, Mr. Riddle is 87. He can still watch.
Mr. Riddle.
Probably all he can do. What's the pumpkin for? I brought it for Tommy. I figured carving a jack-o'-lantern would keep him occupied. I always said you'd make a fabulous Girl Scout. Thanks. For that matter, I might as well be a Girl Scout myself tonight. I plan on making.
Then you got Don't Fear the Reaper playing on the radio.
Hours of horror movies. Little Lindsay Wallace won't know what hit her. My dad! Get rid of this!
He was smoking them tweeds.
Lori, stop coughing! What's the matter with you? Just be natural. There he is. Just be natural.
Hi, Eddie. Lori.
Hi, Dad.
Now, as a former bud smoker, this is shit that I can't do, man. Like, I can't, like, this type of interaction with certain people
Everything on kids.
when I'm high,
All they took was some Halloween
can't
masks,
do
rope,
it.
and a couple of knives. Who do you think it was?
It's hard growing up with a cynical father.
Aren't you going to be late?
Huh?
I said, aren't you going to be late?
He shouts, too.
My girls.
Bye, girls.
Bye, Dad.
Sheriff. Pardon me, I'm Loomis, Dr. Sam Loomis.
B. Brackett.
I'd like to have a word with you if I could.
Well, maybe a few minutes. I got to
It
take
is important.
10 minutes.
I'll be here.
It always breaks my heart that Michael was right behind Loomis and just passed right by him. Could all been over.
What's the matter with you? I think he knew. I'm sure he could smell it. No, he didn't. Did. See the look on his face? He always looks like that.
I feel Lori though, because I was always that smoker that was like, I don't want to smell like bud. I don't want wherever I'm smoking at to smell like bud. Can they smell it? Plus, I'm an overthinker, so that mixed in with anxiety and probably goes to show that I shouldn't have been smoking in the first place.
Go to the dance? You could do that. I couldn't. Well, you could ask Big Baxter. He'd go out with you. I'd rather go with Ben Tramer. Ben Tramer? I knew it! See, do think about things like that. Don't worry. Shut up. He's cute. Ben Tramer.
I love that that's how shy and bashful Lori was, that she told her to shush when it's just them in the car. You gotta wonder what Michael's face smells like. He's been in that mask all day. And then you think of Halloween 2 all day and all night. Like, Michael's face stinks. Michael's like a cat, man. Even in a vehicle, this motherfucker's in stealth mode 24/7. It's one of the things I love about this character, man. Like, you're not going to catch him, no diss to Jason, but you're not going to catch him at a rave in a, you know, coming out of cornfields slashing everybody. You're not going to catch him out in New York just walking amongst the people. He's a cat, man. He's in stealth mode. Like, he's not even fully behind this tree, yet nobody can see him. Well, he's behind the tree now, but... And even still, you'd be able to see him. Like, I'm very fucking attentive, so... I think I would see a guy in a white mask that's not fully hidden behind a tree. But then it's like, if they saw him, then what? What would he do? What would they do? Now, this shot where the car pulls up to the Myers house and you see the sheriff sign stop right in front of the frame. That shot was completely ripped off in Prom Night. Same type of shot. Just goes to show, man, this is the template for a lot of slashers. Simplicity, man. It's one thing John Carpenter was a mastermind at, was simplicity.
What is that? Tom. Still warm.
He got hungry.
Could have been a skunk.
Could have.
A skunk.
Man wouldn't do that.
This isn't a map.
And the crazy thing is, Loomis was telling him everything he needed to know. Brackett was not trying to hear it. He straight up said, this isn't a man. I like the reaction Meeker gave him in Halloween 4 when he's like, it isn't a man. He's like, tell me, what the hell are we dealing with? Evil. Whereas though Sheriff Brackett just walked off like, yeah, whatever, man. It's a man. He look like a man.
It happened in here. She was sitting right here. this window. Standing on the lawn, he could have seen inside.
Oh. Loomis was he was on go.
Me, a very sensitive doctor. Oh, I do have a permit.
He had a newspaper clipping he pulled out. That's what that looked like.
Yeah, I am.
There we go.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. What do we do? He's been here once tonight.
Donald Pleasance, man.
Come back. I'm gonna wait.
This movie,
I still think I should notify the radio and tell them.
everything went right. Everything was in favor of this movie, whether they knew it was going to be a success, whether they planned on making sequels or not.
Mouth shut and your eyes.
Everything was exactly in place how it should have been with this movie. And with that little monologue that Donald Pleasance just gave is one of the sole reasons John Carpenter is a creative genius, and he is a legend in horror cinema. Because not only was that like bone chilling, but it moves you. You believe what he's saying.
Why you keep him under there?
Mom doesn't like me to have him.
Laser Man, Neutron Man, I can understand why. Tarantula Man.
Lori, what's the boogeyman?
See what I'm saying? The timing of certain shit in this movie is just perfect.
Go, residents. Hey, Annie, what are you doing?
And it's one of the reasons why there will never be a sequel that will be better than the original in this series.
I have big, big news for you. Oops. Hold on a minute.
This looks exactly like my sister's dog, King.
I'm about to be ripped apart by the family dog.
A dog that'll, take your life and keep taking it until you fully check out right in front of you.
I hate that dog. I'm the only person in the world he doesn't like.
So what is this big, big news?
What would you say if I told you that you were going to the homecoming dance tomorrow night?
I'd probably say you had the wrong number.
Well, I just talked with Ben Tramer, and he got real excited when I told him how attractive you were to him.
Oh, Annie.
Now, not only do females do this to each other, but males do this also. Because that's the type of friend that I was. Like, yo, you won't believe what I told such and such. I told him you wanted to holler. I was a fake-ass matchmaker back in the day. I did alright sometimes when I put the word in.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Or put the bid in, as we say in Philly.
Lori's out there. Hold on. Lori, the boogeyman's outside. Look.
Tommy, there's nobody outside. Go watch TV. Just Tommy.
It's one of my fears that, I hope my daughter doesn't start pulling shit like this when she gets older. Because Tommy's what in this movie? 8? Him and Lindsay are 8. But my daughter loves this movie. But I hope she doesn't start, Daddy, the boogeyman's outside. It'll be like, broad daylight, and she'll be scared to go upstairs and use the bathroom by herself. So hopefully she doesn't start seeing Michael Myers outside across the street. Because honestly, if my daughter did tell me she sees the boogeyman across the street, it's just like, well, I don't know what to tell you because I'm just as scared as you are right now. What a klutz. Michael does have some fucking goofball moments in this series, man. That was one of them.
Lindsay, Lester's barking again and getting on my nerves again.
Oh.
Never mind. Guess he found a hot date.
Poor Lester. Now I wonder if they slow-moed that shot of him letting the dog down, or if the dog was just that well trained. The world may never know. I like that symbol on the TV, that production company logo, Winchester Pictures. Now, of course, they are watching The Thing. Crazy thing is, John Carpenter will go on to direct The Thing, the remake in 1982. But here they are watching the original Howard Hawks John in this movie.
What about the rest of my comic books?
How's the jack-o'-lantern?
Foreshadowing.
What about the boogeyman?
Foreshadowing.
There's no such thing.
Richie said he was coming after me tonight.
You believe everything Richie tells you?
No.
I'd have been like, Tommy, look, Richie's a bitch.
It's when people play tricks on each other.
And Lonnie's a bitch.
Richie was just trying to scare
And Lonnie will eventually
I saw the boogeyman.
have a son
outside.
named Cameron Elam who will be a bitch also.
There was.
What do you look like?
That's one of the characters I hope. I don't know if they're going to have him like trying to track down Allison in Halloween Kills. Talking about Cameron Elam, Lonnie's son. He's the asshole kid that was in Halloween 2018 who threw Allison's phone into the, I think it was nacho cheese or pudding or something like that at the dance. But I don't know if they're going to have him try to track down Allison and try to defend her honor and be like, baby, what happened? I'm here now. I'll never cheat on you again. Or if they're going to have him killed. Because honestly, I thought he was going to get killed in Halloween 2018. I would have been all right with that. That'd have been cool. But he didn't. And while we got this scene with Annie, it makes me, I really wonder, how has her death affected Sheriff Brackett over the years? It's been 40 years. So I'm really curious to know how they handle Sheriff Brackett and like his trauma in the new movie.
Hello? Who's there? Oh, is this one of your cheap tricks? Guess not. No tricks for Annie tonight.
I love that their laundry room was down the path in their backyard.
Lindsay, come out here. Lindsay, I'm in the laundry room. The door won't open.
Turn on, everybody. We're going to try to figure out the shape of this thing.
Yeah. Was that perfect? Look, we finally got one.
We found a flying saucer.
Oh, Lindsay, get the phone and call. Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Doctor, where do you figure it's from? I don't know.
Little Kyle Richards, man.
Hi, Lindsay. This is Paul. Is Annie there?
Yes, she is.
And it's crazy because she grew to be fairly successful. She's on that Real Housewives of something. I don't know. I don't watch it. But She's straight up MILF status, man. So I can't wait to see how they like. It'd be funny if her and Tommy Doyle ended up marrying each other, and they're married in the new movie.
You locked yourself in. I know. Oh my foot! I'm stuck.
That wasn't scripted.
Don't tell anybody about this.
And Lindsay was cool in this movie. She was a little asshole on the comm. Not as much as Tommy, but this scene right here shows she's a little asshole.
She got stuck in the window. She'll be right here.
Now, how does she know that was Paul? What if that was somebody else?
Hello. Hi, Annie. Oh, hi, Paul.
Now, this voice on the phone is the voice of John Carpenter, actually.
Yeah, but I've seen you stuck in plenty of other positions.
My parents are gone.
I love how Michael just pops up,
Did they leave?
and then he just disappears.
Oh, utterly fantastic. Why don't you just walk over?
Subtlety, man.
Well, I can't
It
do
all
that.
works.
My clothes are in the wash. Oh, shut up, jerk. God, I've got a shirt on. That's all you ever think about.
I think that's all you ever think.
That's not true. I think about lots of things. And why don't we not stand here talking about them and get down to doing them?
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Don't go away, 'cause here's a scene.
Scared.
Well, why are you sitting here with all the lights off?
She's scared because that fucking announcer on TV was really getting his money's worth. Lock your doors and bolt the windows and take a volume because you're gonna need it.
Well, if I can pick
Like,
up some
damn,
watch
dude.
TV with Tommy Doyle, would you like that?
You want to scare these kids, not, you know,
Come with me.
302 them. It's like that announcer was serious. That's one thing I want to do, man. Eventually, I want to have an episode where I want to talk about the most over-the-top horror announcers. Like, you guys know the people that talk during the trailers. Yeah, Michael's everywhere. Like, the people that talk during the trailers. Like, the super dramatic ones, man. That'd be a funny-ass episode to do.
Hi, come on in. We're making a jack-o'-lantern. I wonder what...
How'd you like that, kitty?
Like, you hear him in the background. Like, Tommy's watching the same shit, so the same guy. He's like, how'd you like that, kitties? 976 evil. It's like, y'all gotta chill.
Fancy. This has not been my night. I spilled
Now, as I look at Lori in this kitchen, people, I have a confession to make.
I want to tell you something. I'd like you to call Ben Tramer and tell him that you were just...
And I hope I don't lose any listeners over this. I've never carved a pumpkin in my life, y'all.
I'll be back till late. You'll have to call
I never
me
have.
tomorrow. Besides, I'm on my way.
I never gave myself the patience to carve a pumpkin. I would love to,
Watch her, I'll consider
but
talking to Ben Tramer in the morning.
I'm pretty sure, you know, as my daughter gets older, she'll force me to carve a pumpkin one of these Halloween seasons. But other than that, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
It's kind of on my bucket list of things to do.
The old Girl Scout comes through again.
I can only imagine what the cleanup was like on this set, man, because they had bags full of leaves. They had to, you know, they had to apply. They had to dress the set basically, because I think they were in Pasadena, California, so they had to hide the palm trees in the shots, and they had to put leaves out there, which I think they did for Halloween 6 also. Was it Halloween 6 or Halloween 4? I'm not sure. That's why it pays to take notes, people. I gotta get better at this shit, man. I promise y'all I will. This will be my 41st episode, so I gotta, you know, I'll get it together sooner than later. That's a scary feeling, like, wait, the door wasn't... It's like the door was locked, and then it wasn't. And you didn't realize it until it was too late. Yikes. It's another confession. I've never seen the original Thing movie. I think it came out in 1952. Pretty sure it came out in the 50s, but the Thing from Another World, I've never seen it. I always wanted to, but I never have. I just think it's awesome how John Carpenter, he put this in the movie. The kids are watching it, and he ended up directing a remake, which is definitely on my top 5 list of John Carpenter's best movies. Hands down.
Where are you?
It's another creepy ass shot. Michael just walking, carrying Annie's body. And Tommy's just shell shocked. Me talking to my daughter when she's cutting up. I hope they reference that in Halloween Kills. I really do. Like, maybe Tommy and Lindsay are in the same scene, and she's like, listen, I told you I believed you. I still do. Like, I believed you then, I believe you now. Something along the lines of that would be good. I cannot wait to see. They better, because that's the one big complaint I had about Halloween 2018 was I didn't get a flashback sequence. I didn't see what happened. They played on it so much, being a direct sequel, that you didn't even. Anybody that didn't see the original really didn't have to. Like I said in my Halloween Kills episode. They played it a lot like The Town That Dreaded Sundown, where if you didn't see the first one, it's just enough backstory that you really don't have to. The new one is its own thing. But they better show that flashback scene with Lonnie Elam. They better.
More fancy talk. Doctor, you know what Haddonfield is? Families. Children
lined up in rows up and down these streets. You're telling me they're lined up for a slaughterhouse? They could be. All right, I'll stay with you tonight. Just in the chance that you're right. And if you are right, damn you for letting him go.
Okay, so we're gonna first we go inside, right? Then we'll just talk a little. Annie will distract Lindsay. That's when we go upstairs to the first bedroom on the left. You got it?
Okay, first I rip your clothes off.
Don't rip my blouse. It's expensive, idiot.
Then you rip my clothes off. Then we rip Lindsay's clothes off. Yeah, I think I got it.
Totally.
So apparently Bob was a fucking rapist. He's talking about ripping Lindsay's clothes off. Maybe he deserved his fate. They were two of the few actors that made for really, really good makeout scenes. Because one of the things about 70s and 80s horror movies, the makeout scenes suck. They really do. Motherfuckers don't know how to kiss. I know it was a different time, but kissing is kissing, man. But PJ Soles and this actor, this guy, I can't remember the guy's name that plays Bob. They did fairly well. And yes, I am a smoochologist, people, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Everybody's having a good time tonight. Alright, you guys, what's next?
Like if they had a horror awards and like they would probably win Best Kiss of the 70s horror.
Stopped off someplace. Have her call me when she gets
Probably
home.
Checkers.
Here, and I want to know what time to put her
Or
in.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Later.
Chick-fil-A would be more believable for her and Paul to stop at because they wouldn't be back until tomorrow morning. That's how long those fucking lines are.
Lindsay is gone for the night.
Hey, now that's wonderful.
Fucking beer cans everywhere. It's that drunken smash right there. And they are selling it. Or at least she is.
Well, I can't. What if it's the Wallaces? Get Annie in trouble, you know.
Damn, it's a beer can on a nightstand too? Yeah, she's really selling it. So time out. They had that quick intermission just for him to jump right back in the yams and bust less than 60 seconds after. And then I guess he just pulled out and laid on his stomach. Nah, man, it doesn't work like that. Unless your shit just go limp that fast, you'd have been seriously injured. I know it's a movie, y'all. I'm sorry, but I like to look at the physics.
Thought you were gonna get me.
The physics of things, man. But I really can't talk shit, man, because I was just recently... I was telling my girl how, as good a writer as I think I am, I suck at writing sex scenes in my stories. I just, for some reason, it never plays out the way I want it to. Ever. So who am I to judge? Damn, how many beers did they bring in that bitch? Because when he got out the van, when he opened up her door, beer cans fell out the shit. So they must have been wasted. They probably got like 232 packs or something like that. It's a good night, man. It's the way to go. Here we go.
Come on now.
Party time. And Michael is a decent size in this movie. He's like not even as diesel as he would become. Jesus, and he's doing shit like that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the sound that they, the way they got that sound made when he stabs Bob to the door, I think they stabbed a watermelon. And damn it if it didn't work, because it sounds like it hurts. Classic head tilt moment. It's another creepy shot. Michael with the sheet over his head with the eye holes torn in it. With the glasses on. Reminds me of I just had Johnny Lee Miller's voice in my head from Tim Burton's Dark Shadows, where he's telling his son, he's like, I told you to stop tearing holes in the sheets. Those are Egyptian cotton. Like, somebody should have told Michael what material those sheets were.
What's the matter? Can I get your ghost, Bob? All right, come on, where's my beer? Well, can't you answer me? Okay, don't answer me. Well, I'm gonna call Lori. I want to know where Paul and Annie are. This is going nowhere.
Finally. Hello? Hello? All right, Annie. First I get your famous chewing, now I get your famous squealing. Annie, are you all right? Are you fooling around again?
Kind of dramatic, but whatever.
this as a joke.
Annie?
Michael's mask in that scene always looks like he's smirking, like he's trying, like, you know how when you smirk and you're trying not to laugh, like trying not to bust out laughing? That's what his mask looked like in that shot. It's still really hard to believe that that was a William Shatner Star Trek mask that they just altered. They painted it, they did something with the hair, they cut the eye holes bigger. John Carpenter said it, man. He said, I owe my entire career to William Shatner. Which is awesome of him to say.
Sleep tight, kids.
Yeah, sleep tight, kids. I'm just going to leave y'all here unsupervised while I go across the street. I know it's just across the street, but damn it, man. You already got the feeling that something's not right. And I love how Deborah Hill explained it in the commentary for this movie. She said, and this isn't until Laurie sees Annie's body in the bedroom and before the chase happens, she says that here's a girl who thought that all day long thought she saw something, and now shit's jumping off. I love how she broke it down, not in those words exactly, but now Loomis sees that the car's been here this whole time. He's like, yeah, Michael's here, man. Every good horror movie has stakes. I don't mean the food. I mean like high stakes. You know what I'm saying? Like the stakes are raised. Like Loomis is like, oh shit, he's here. I gotta find out where he's at. Laurie's like, wait, something's going on. I need to find out what it is. We already know what it is. And we don't want her to go over there. But lo and behold, she's about to. I also want to know how Laurie loses these keys. I need to pay close attention to what's about to happen. Because when she reaches for the keys, when she comes back, she doesn't have them. I guess she dropped them during the chase. Yeah, she puts them in her right pocket. Alright, it's time to crank this up a couple notches. Look, for me personally, if you ain't answering the phone, I ain't knocking on your door. That's just me. I don't like when people pop up on me unannounced. So, if you don't answer, like my ass would have been in there with Tommy and and Lindsay chilling. While they were sleeping, I probably would have kept watch at the front window all night long just to be on the safe side. But it's like, what if Michael was camping out and he was just waiting for Laura to show up and she never showed up? She never showed up. And she just went the fuck home the next morning. Or just went home that night when the Wallaces showed up. And the Doyles. It's another thing, man. Are we going to see the Wallaces and the Doyles in the Halloween Kills? You know, in the aftermath or the flashback scene? Like, how did they tend to their kids after that? These are questions I need answered, yo. Simple shit.
Come on, Annie. Enough. Most definitely stop being funny now. Cut it out. Be sorry.
Uh-huh. And the fact that Michael didn't kill her right here and he set everything up so she could see it on display. Like I said, man, scare tactics. This is why Michael Myers is the GOAT of slashers. He waited all night. All day and all night for this moment. It was always creepy how PJ Souls had her eyes crossed upward like that. It's actually a talent. Now here, people, we have one of the best shots of the entire series also. Just that mask peering out of the darkness like that. That's epic shit right there. It might be where she lost her keys. I love that shot too, of Michael getting the knife together and going towards this shot too, Michael coming down the steps. Because Michael's pretty limber in this movie, man. Shout out to Nick Castle, man, because he was the OG, man. He moves like no other Michael has moved. He moves with a purpose, with some urgency. And my theory was always that when Dick Warlock played Michael Myers in Halloween 2, is definitely a lot creepier than this. While this is terror, Dick Warlock's version was creepy. And my thing was always that the bullets and the damage Michael sustained in this movie slowed him down. So that's my fan theory, that the damage slowed him down, so that's why his walk was a lot slower in Halloween 2. Yep. I feel her. You shut them blinds, you turn that porch light off. It's like, nope, don't bring it up in here. What are you saying? 3 strikes. George, what's his name? George. Oh, I want to say George Washington, but I feel like that's the wrong name. He said, tell him don't bring that heat over here. That's what I'd have been telling my wife if she'd have been like, baby, somebody's at the door screaming, asking for help. Tell him don't bring that heat over here. It's like, what I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall in a movie theater when this movie came out and people saw the first reactions to this chase scene. Because Michael's on her ass. While she was knocking, she should have had her back against the door and sizing Mike. You know, she should have been sizing Michael up, ready to kick him in his chest. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to just juke you. And I'm going to run up the block. It's one thing with me, man. I'm not, like, a situation like that, I'm not trying to go out easily. I'm not dying easily, man.
Please stop. Please.
Ew, the sound that knitting needle made coming out of his neck was kind of... Ugh. She should have stabbed him right in his face. Now I get it that Laurie wasn't a killer. She hadn't even made her transformation yet into who she would become, but she just keeps dropping this knife, man. You don't do that. It's not over. It's one of the reasons why I understood what it symbolized at the end of Halloween 2018 when Allison still has that knife in her hand, even though I didn't like the ending. I get what that last shot meant. I just wish it would have been something after it. And Brackett rolled up like he was going to run over Dr. Loomis.
The car. He's here. Where? He's 3 blocks down. You go around the back of the houses. I'll watch the front. Go on.
All right. Loomis had no fear, man. He was ready for war.
Tommy? Lindsay? Babies.
I love how Laurie, even though she was only 17, the character, she was such a protector, man.
Are you sure? How?
Killed him.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
Michael's just standing there like, you're damn right, kid. I do like how Laurie tried to pump fake. She opened up the window to the balcony, but she went in the closet instead, which was pretty fucking stupid. But whatever. She fights back at least. One of the reasons why Laurie Strode is one of the best final girls of all time. See what I'm saying? Scare tactics. Michael Myers and stabbed the motherfucker to a wall, set up all these extravagant, bodies and set pieces, but here he is playing around with this closet door. Yo, the stabbing sounds in this ain't no joke. Stabs and cuts and stuff. Dropped the knife again when she should have stabbed him in the face. Look, man, I look at it like this. I mean, I won't know until it ever happens to me.
Tommy?
Knock on wood. But when your life is at stake,
Come here. Listen to me.
I feel like the person that's after you don't give a fuck about your life or theirs. So it's either you or me.
Mackenzie's house. I want you to tell them to call the police.
She should have stabbed him in the face.
Send them over here. Now, do you understand me? Go do as I say.
Don't put any shoes on. Just run outside in your pajamas and risk pneumonia. Classic fucking shot. This sit up. Nobody does that sit up like Nick Cannon. Actually, James Jude Courtney did a good job in Halloween 2018 with the sit up. He does it at the end of the movie. This is just a classic case of sibling rivalry right here. Brother, sister choking the shit out of each other. Oh, whoa. Michael Myers unmasked is a scary thing. Let's go, Loomis. And he shot one more time. One more time.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
And there you have it, people. In 1978, a statement was made. You indeed cannot kill the boogeyman. And I think what it was Donald Pleasance asked John Carpenter, he's like, how should I play this when I look over the balcony? Should I play it like, oh shit, he's gone? Or should I play it like, I knew it would happen? And John Carpenter, I think his direction was give it a little bit of both. But for me, Loomis looked over the balcony like, something told me that I should have had some, some hollow points up in this joint. And I like how they kept showing shots of previous places, because that would give the audience the idea that you didn't know where Michael Myers was ultimately at, and you could hear him breathing, so let you know he was still out there. Of course, people, 10 out of 10, easily, man. 10 out of fucking 10. This movie, while it is my second favorite horror movie of all time after Night of the Living Dead, it is my favorite slasher character and favorite slasher movie of all time. So that's why I felt like, this opened up doors for John Carpenter. So I felt like instead of me doing, I'll still do the episode of my top 5 John Carpenter movies, but I felt like this was more fitting, while it was still John Carpenter's birthday. Plus, I hadn't done a commentary for a Halloween movie, so I definitely needed to get it out the way. But yeah, 10 out of 10, people. The performances are great. The pacing is awesome. You have to be really patient with a movie like this, and it doesn't run too long. It doesn't run long, and I guess it keeps you interested enough with the characters that it doesn't become boring. But happy birthday to John Carpenter, man. Creative genius. Actually, yet another inspiration for me, writing wise and filmmaking wise, man. You are a gentleman and a scholar, sir, and you will forever be appreciated in the horror community and cinema in general. But people, in closing, I will say, follow the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public. Follow me Facebook, Instagram, Romero Tudor. Follow the Facebook group, Cinemaniacs. Yeah. Shout out to the Tudor reviewers, the listeners out there. I definitely appreciate the love, appreciate the support. I'll keep showing it back to y'all and then some. Okay, that kind of threw me off because the menu popped up and it's like Laurie sitting next to the pumpkin while Michael Myers is they photoshopped him in the window with the knife in his hand. That kind of caught me off guard, but yeah, I will definitely keep showing the love back to the supporters, man. Y'all are listening, so I'll keep pumping out the shit for y'all to listen to. Another episode of Tudor Reviews in the can, people. I will catch y'all on the next episode.